So remember, what is meant by an open source? So open source means any user can modify Linux source code according to user ideas and user requirements. So open source meaning is the what? Any user can modify Linux source code according to user ideas and user requirements. So Linux is also distributed under an open source license. The open source license follows the following terms. What are the following terms means? Open source general meaning is the freedom. So the freedom to run the program for any purpose. The freedom to run the program for any purpose. The freedom to study how the program works and change it to make it do what you wish. I mean, you can modify your code, and according to the code, you can change according to your requirement. You can changes and everything, and the freedom to redistribute copies, so you can help your neighbors. Remember this point. Of open source advantage is the freedom to redistribute copies. So people can redistribute the what multiple copies, so you can help your neighbors, and the freedom to redistribute copies of your modified version to others. So multiple advantages about open source. So ultimately, simple point about your open source, it is a freedom OS. I mean, any user can modify this Linux source code according to your ideas and your requirements. Right? Who is the founder of this open source Linux? So
Linux
Linus
Torvalds.
Torvalds. Linus Torvalds. He is a Finland Helsinki University student. So that student has been designed Linux source code in 1990s. So any user can modify my source code according to your ideas and your requirements. Next, the heart of the operating system is the Linux kernel. So remember the another important point. Every operating system has a kernel. Every operating system has a kernel. Windows has a kernel, Linux has a kernel, Android has a kernel, and Solaris has a kernel. Every OS has a kernel. Why Linux operating system hot layer is kernel only means this kernel has an open source kernel. It is an open source kernel. So any user can modify this Linux source code kernel according to your ideas and your requirements. That's why part of the operating system is the Linux kernel. And another main point, Linux can be used as server or a desktop. Server or a desktop. I mean, in early days, Linux used as in server side only, but now developers also using client side, testers also using client side, then the DevOps engineers also using client side, cloud engineers also using client side, analytics people also using client side. So now multiple distributors under the what Linux, so people can use either server side or client side operating systems. But what is the top advantage of open source operating system means? So no need to invest more money for the licenses. I mean, it is a open source means what freeware operating system you completely avoid license cost. For example, if you go for Windows operating system, one home basic Windows operating system license cost is minimum 4,000 or 4,500 rupees. So in worldwide, how many people are using Windows operating system? How much money paying for the Microsoft operating system for the license? Okay, just calculate it. How many people are there? How many people are paying 4,000 rupees for the Windows operating system in worldwide? So how can you avoid this kind of investments in the project? Yes, no doubt. It is called what? Only one solution, which is called what? Open source only. So any user can download the what Linux source code. So according to requirement, you can change the what source code requirement, and you will distribute the what one more operating system. Otherwise, so multiple distributors are already available. No need to pay even single rupee for the operating system level. So you can download and use it your Linux operating system like Ubuntu operating system, CentOS operating system, SUSE Linux operating system, Oracle Enterprise Linux operating system, Fedora operating system, Kali Linux operating system. So hundreds of operating systems under the what Linux operating system nowadays. Okay. So the another very important point already I told you, copyleft licenses. So Linux is released under the word GNU, which is called what General Public License. So the open source license meaning is it is called what GPL. So GPL means what General Public License. So the meaning of the GPL is anyone can run, study, share, and modify the software. So that is the meaning of the open source of the GPL. So the modified code can also be redistributed and even sold, but must be done under the what same license. So after modifying your code, you can redistribute your code under the what again same license, which is called what GPL, General Public License. So the general public license is a free software license published by FSF. I mean Free Software Foundation. So who is maintain this license, which is called what FSF Free Software Foundation. So not only this license of the Linux, guys, nowadays your mobile applications almost open source, cloud applications are open source, and DevOps applications, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, even Git,
Hello,
Maven, Anto, Apache, Tomcat. So
Aslı
not only one, almost all applications are under the what GPL
Tırastıralım,
license,
tırastıralım.
which is means what open source licenses.
Ha ha.
Okay, so be careful. So
Ha
no
ha.
need to paying the what even single rupee for the license. So people directly we can download and install the what your Linux operating systems, no doubt. And next, my question
Sir,
is
but
while
some like a Red Hat license, Red Hat landed, that is the commercial. That
I will tell you. Okay, please wait few moments. Even what about subscription also? Okay, now why Linux is better? So remember,
So Linus Robotics
majorly
Computer.
three reasons why Linux is better nowadays. Even IT companies, airlines, banking sectors, militaries, even almost healthcare hospitals. So who are the big production maintenance people? I mean, who are the big customers in the industry? Everyone maintain the what applications on top of the what Linux operating system only. On top of the what Linux operating system only. So what is the reason? Because Linux internally protects your computer. That's why the first reason is, sir, Linux operating system is a secure based operating system. I mean, compared to other operating system, it maintained more secure. And the second reason is it is a freedom. So freedom means any user can modify this source code according to user ideas and user requirement. And third reason, enjoy free and unlimited support. Generally, you want to get your support from the brand, you must be purchase the what product only. For example, you want to get your support from the Microsoft, you will purchase the what one product from the Microsoft, then only those people will support you. But these kind of operating systems are open source. So open source means so we have lot of communities are there. So through communities, you will get your what help options. Even you will get the what unlimited support and unlimited free support. And remember, don't pay dollars for your OS. Just now I told you, you want to manage one licensed operating system or one licensed application. So nowadays, so people are managing applications. Sometimes even it is called what some like some applications with license. License means what? Definitely we need to going for buying. But here is the word. Almost operating system is zero cost because it is an open source. Any user can download and use it. And annoying crosses and reboots. So compared to Windows operating system, so Linux operating system, annoying crosses and reboots. Just assume guys, so this is the very good point. there is no downtime actually in the Linux operating system. What is the meaning of the downtime? For example, on your Windows operating system, if you install any application, so Windows needs to reboot your computer. So sometimes Windows is the what shutting down, or sometimes based on the what versions, it will take automatically restart the what OS. But when the production application on the production application is running on top of Windows, how can you restart the application? How can you restart the OS? If you restart the OS, applications are getting downtime. Even customers are waiting again the next boot. So in Linux environment, until user or engineer to reboot, so no automatic reboots, no automatic shutdowns, and even Linux operating system not recommended to rebooting the what systems, even if you install multiple new applications. Compared to Windows, Linux kernel is very powerful, and without rebooting, you can update your new things into Linux kernel. But Windows kernel reads the what new things while rebooting only. That's why every Windows system will ask after update, restart your computer, restart your computer. But in the Linux side, so no need to restart your computer. So that's why there is no downtime. Even some cases downtime is there, it will take very less time. You know that. If you reboot your Windows operating system, sometimes it will take 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the patches, depending on the what updates. But Linux operating system boot up less than 1 minute only. Less than 1 minute only. Even no need minutes also. Nowadays, now Linux operating system booting with seconds only. That is the Docker containers. So Docker containers and the Linux cloud servers and VMware virtual machines and lot. So that's why customers are very, very happy with nowadays Linux servers. Okay, and too many windows use workspaces. So people can can make it multiple workspaces on the Linux operating system, and you can execute on each workspace multiple programs. Okay, so these are all of the what top benefits about your Linux operating system. Next, and second important. So guys, you got a good clarity about why Linux is better. So simply three important points. One is security, second one is open source, and the third one is downtime is less. So these three are the what major reasons why people are looking for the Linux operating system. And the next, now the trending point in the IT industry, Linux in cloud computing. So already people knowing about cloud computing, but one more time, what is the general meaning of the cloud computing? Cloud computing means on-demand delivery services with a pay-as-you go pricing. With a pay-as-you go pricing. Okay, with pay-as-you go pricing. So nowadays, multiple cloud providers are there, like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, Alibaba Cloud, and even not only one. So multiple cloud providers right now in the IT industry. But every cloud provider agenda is same. They are offering services for the customers. They are offering services for the customers. So what are the services offering by cloud providers? They are offering virtual servers, storages, databases, networking, application, artificial intelligence services, machine learning services, database services, not only one. Right now, AWS supports 200 plus services, and Azure also supports 150 plus services. So every cloud provider offering multiple services for the customers with the pay as you go. I mean, the customers will charge based on the usage only. For example, if you use 10 GB storage 1 month, So then what is the cost of 10 GB storage? Then the customer will pay 10 GB cost to provider. Then customer will use the what that 10 GB continuously 1 month. For example, if you want one Linux server 1 year, then what is the cost? You can find the what cost about your Linux server. Then you will pay to your customer. Then we can use that Linux server continuously 1 year. So what I'm saying here, every customer will use the word service. I mean, paying the word service based on the usage only, based on the what usage. That's why the simple term in the cloud environment, you need to pay for what you use. You need to pay for what you use. Okay. So remember here, when it comes to cloud environment, even Microsoft Azure, more than 60% of the images are Linux based. What I'm saying here, you have multiple cloud providers, but every cloud provider maintain the servers are Linux only more than 60%, more than 60% on the cloud platforms. Okay, but why Microsoft also maintain more than 60% servers are Linux only? Why this point actually? Microsoft own operating system Windows is there. Actually, they want to maintain Windows operating systems are more. But why Microsoft also maintain Linux servers are more? Why they are reducing Windows servers on the cloud portal? Because in worldwide, customers are asking about Linux servers only. Linux servers only. Because Linux deployment wise, database wise, and even application wise, and storage level, and everywhere, Linux file systems are very high level, and deployments are very secure, and applications running or the what with scalable, and mainly very good protection in a database level. So not only one reason, we have multiple reasons why people are running everything on top of Linux only. So cloud platforms also maintain majorly Linux servers. Very few cases people are maintain the what Windows server. But every customer asking about Linux only. So that's why cloud platforms are running on the what Linux servers. So, in meanwhile, AWS, GCP, Oracle platform also offer up multiple distributions of Linux in their publicly available images. Okay, so not only any particular cloud provider, every provider maintain only Linux distributors. So the main role in the cloud computing Linux only. That's why experts what says there is no cloud computing even without Linux. Why people are calling there is no cloud computing without Linux? Actually, the cloud revolution founded on Linux only. So the cloud computing completely designed based on Linux distributors. I've been based on Linux operating system only. So that's why even Linux playing critical roles in the cloud computing. So that is the reason even people who is looking for cloud computing like AWS or Azure or Google Cloud or any other cloud platforms, every trainer first to giving the what instructions, what are the prerequisites to learning cloud computing means, hey, people better we can learn the what Linux. Even while learning cloud computing, even you don't have any idea about Linux, no issue. But in the real environment, so people 100% asking about Linux operating system because the activities, everything depending on the what Linux operating system only. Even you are the programmer, you are the tester, you are the developer, or you are the what engineer, no doubt. So everything nowadays depending on the what Linux only. That's why Linux playing very critical roles nowadays in the IT industry as a part of automation, as a part of cloud computing, as a part of DevOps engineers, as a part of analytics, even in artificial intelligence or machine learning, especially Hadoop environment, and everywhere, not only in one area, in every area, Linux playing the what very good and critical roles. That's why nowadays Linux and scripting languages are mandatory for all. Remember this point. So that is the reason everyone at least stay with me 30 days, I mean 3 to 4 weeks, definitely brush up your knowledge from scratch level to at least advanced level commands and scripting languages. Then you will decide. So now what your next technology, I mean where to learn and everything, you will decide it. If you like do the what scratch level activities, I mean, and the lower level activities, I mean OS level, scripting level, and everything, then everything is perfect. Everything is perfect in your advanced class. Okay, so remember everyone, what is mean by cloud computing? So cloud computing is nothing but on-demand delivery services with pay-as-you-go pricing. So multiple companies are offering on-demand delivery services for the customers, like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, and like multiple cloud providers. But every provider will charge based on the what customer usage only. If you run the server 1 hour, they will charge for 1 hour only. If you use the what 10 GB storage 1 month, then they will ask the what 10 GB storage 1 month charges only. So that is called what? You need to pay for what you use. Okay. So now even I will cover the what cloud computing in the future classes, which is called what multi-cloud, AWS, Azure, and GCP. I will cover. Right. So next important thing, Linux future extensibility. Linux future extensibility. Okay, still people are thinking about, sir, what about Linux operating system? I mean, my question is, so currently I have a very good knowledge on the Linux, and even I'm looking for learning the what Linux operating system. And maybe, see, actually 3 years ago I have been completed Java, but now people are asking Python. So maybe these are the languages and even tools are there. Okay, so maybe 2020 that tool is very ABC tool has been popular, but now 2024, maybe 25, it is called XYZ tool is what currently popular. But tool based technology, sometimes it is correct or sometimes it's maybe not correct. But this is not a tool, this is the what like a platform, it is an what operating system. I mean, so Linux is a continues to be the operating system of the future, with more and more systems depending on its stability and extensibility. So no doubt, even in the market, any new tool or new technology or any new languages or anything, but without OS, is it possible? So it is not possible. So Linux is continues to be the operating system of the future. So even ABC or XYZ or X, maybe 123 or any kind of application is supported by Linux operating system. So this is the what platform level activities. Everyone we can do the what Linux activities, or then you can maintain the what your application with high availability and scalability. Okay, so no doubt Linux is continues to be the operating system of the future. Don't think maybe in future maybe there is no Linux. Okay, any new technology is there, Linux is an open source. People will modify the what source code according to the new technology support. Maybe next year it will release the what ABC is a tool name. Based on the what ABC tool, so the backend people will manage the what source code, and this source code will support to that particular ABC application. Okay, so don't think about, so there is no in the future of Linux. So Linux is the continues to be the operating system of the future, no doubt. And what about Linux innovation? So Web 2.0 built on top of Linux. So guys, nowadays we are accessing the what multiple web applications, even websites, google.com, youtube.com, facebook.com, gmail.com, twitter.com, instagram.com. So multiple things are there. The web revolution founded on the what Linux only. The cloud revolution was founded on the what Linux only. Okay, so everything is nowadays in the market running on top of Linux only. So your YouTube, Twitter, Gmail, even big applications, almost all are running on top of the what Linux. Because compared to other operating systems, Linux is very powerful. The file systems are powerful. It will support unlimited storage file systems. It will support even it is called what multiple application. No doubt, I am very strong. Okay, so not only cloud revolution, not only web revolution. So in the market, the very big technologies. So like big data means it is a Hadoop and software-based storage applications, microservices, like container-based application of Docker, OpenShift, like it is called what Kubernetes, and networking level activities, and all are almost Linux based only. Okay, and this The 1 year ago, the statement from the Microsoft, we are also loves Linux operating system. What is the reason? See, that's why in earlier only Microsoft means our Microsoft One products .NET, MS SQL Server, and even MS Office, and all Microsoft products almost running on Windows platforms only. But I think now you know that .NET on Linux, SQL Server on Linux. So the new editions are almost supported for Linux operating system also, because customers are asking about Linux servers only. So especially in the production security reason, so people are asking about Linux operating systems. That's why Microsoft also has been launched .NET framework on Linux server. Now SQL Server also running on the what Linux operating system. But earlier these softwares are running only Windows, but nowadays almost all are supported by Linux. So the innovation of the future will be built on top of Linux only. So not only today, that's why multiple cloud projects and multiple existing projects are migrated to on Linux platforms and cloud platforms. So when the people are running almost all of the what cloud, so no doubt the backend Linux platforms are there. So you know that already who are the DevOps engineer, cloud engineers. So the almost all DevOps applications, deployments, and all are running on the what, top of Linux. The Java application also running on the Linux. Microservices, container-based applications also running on the Linux. And what about your Jenkins pipelines? Pipelines are running on the what Linux operating system. Okay, storage integrations on Linux, databases are running on the what Linux, network integrations, routers, table, gateways, and everything running on top of the Linux ones. But home basic level, like who are using laptops, so who are using the desktops, so those people will use the what Windows operating system. But in the IT enterprise workloads, especially in the real environment production level, almost people to use the what Linux only. But remember one thing, on the earth, Windows has Windows features, Linux has Linux features. I'm saying as an enterprise workloads, in enterprise workloads, Linux is great operating system. But as a GUI operating system, I mean in the GUI working environment level, so who are watching the movies, who are listening the music, who are like drawing the what, like it is called paints and everything. So these kind of features, no doubt about Windows operating system. Home basic level, Windows is very good idea, but in the IT enterprise workloads level, especially production environment and the development environment, testers environment, and the engineers environment, so Linux is very good operating system in the industry. Remember this point. Now, the next very important thing, what about Linux distributors? What about Linux distributors? I told you guys. So Linux is an open source operating system. Open source meaning is any user can modify that code according to your ideas and your requirement. So same way, multiple companies has been designed multiple distributors or multiple operating systems. Those are called as flavors. So everyone still confused. Sir, I have installed Ubuntu operating system. Somebody says, Sir, I have installed Amazon Linux operating. Somebody saying, I have installed the what CentOS. I have installed the what Red Hat. So what is the difference of these all operating systems? So generally, different Linux distributions with different goals and criteria for selecting and supporting the what software. Different Linux distributions with different goals. Remember this point. So for example, simply Linux kernel plus additional softwares. Everyone uses the same Linux kernel, the backend. But according to people requirement, they have been added the what multiple additional softwares, multiple additional softwares. So each distribution can have a different focus. Each distribution can have a different focus. Same way, if you go for any restaurant, so like if you order any biryani, so maybe you are 3 or 4 members, somebody is interested in the what, like prawn biryani, somebody is looking for the what fish biryani, somebody is looking for mutton biryani or chicken biryani. So you know guys, the back end, the restaurant people has been prepared the what, the base is the what, the common rice. But people will add the what flavor about mutton, flavor about prawn, like that. Same way, in the Linux distribution level, Okay, so same way, in currently in Linux distribution level, so multiple companies has been designed multiple distributors. So everyone uses the what the same Linux open source code, but people are added multiple additional features. So Red Hat is the what one operating system, Fedora is the operating system, Ubuntu operating system, OpenSUSE operating system, Kali Linux operating system, CentOS operating system, OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux operating system,
Windows,
MintOS,
at
Arch
Linux,
Linux,
and
Mandriva.
Mandriva.
So these are all are very popular Linux operating systems. I know that more than 100 plus operating systems right now in the right now in the Linux distributions. But the very popular operating systems are these like Red Hat and Ubuntu. So as a desktop level, it is called what Ubuntu is very good idea. But enterprise workloads level, Red Hat is an excellent. So it is a king in the enterprise workloads. That's why every company almost will use the word Red Hat servers. So even Linux administrators, DevOps engineers, system administrators, Java developers, all are almost all are working on the what Red Hat only. Because Red Hat is in what multinational company right now offers 1 million plus projects. But I will tell you what is the Red Hat later. But remember, so these are all of the what flavors of Linux operating system. Every Linux operating system designed based on the what same source code. But people as people are added multiple additional features in the what each Linux operating system. I think people know that Kali Linux operating. What is the purpose of the Kali Linux? So nowadays, who is looking for like security level, hacking level priorities? So those people almost will use the what Kali Linux operating system in the hacking level because Kali Linux includes hacking related softwares. But who is looking for OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux? So Oracle people will use the word OEL because OEL almost includes database level softwares. So now means company has been released Oracle Enterprise Linux, including the what database level package softwares. Same way Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Red Hat will enterprise level workload softwares. So every operating system goal is different. That's what each distribution can have a different focus, but everyone uses the what same kernel. But people has been added different additional softwares only. But think about everything is what one Linux operating system. Almost commands are equivalent on all distributors, but sometimes based on additional software, so the commands little bit different only. So if you go for Red Hat operating system, YUM is the command to install a package. For example, you want to install Java, you want to install Ansible or anything, YUM is the command. But if you go for the one, the same Ansible command on the Ubuntu server, apt apt-get is the command. See, the agenda is same, but little bit sometimes commands are different. But our basic level, I mean to advanced level commands, 99% universal commands only. I mean these commands will execute on any top of the Linux. So people can install Ubuntu or people can install the Kali Linux or you can take the what Red Hat Linux or anything, no issue even in the real time. So my commands will be executed on any top of the Linux. Even the script also will execute any top of the Linux operating system. So don't think, can I install Red Hat only? Don't think I will use the what CentOS and don't think like it's for what MintOS only. You can install any one Linux operating system. No doubt your practicals will be supported almost all Linux distributors. Remember this point. Don't ask me again, sir, can I go for Fedora? Can I go for Ubuntu? Can I go for Red Hat? Means you can install anything, no issue. Already if you have Windows, already you have Red Hat, already you have Amazon Linux, already you have CentOS, you can use it directly. Okay, but I recommended Red Hat server. So because in the real environment, almost people use the word Red Hat servers only. So I will install and use the word Red Hat servers only. But why Red Hat servers? So here, what is the Red Hat actually? Red Hat is an American multinational software company providing open
Open
source
source
software
software
products
products
to
to
the
the
enterprise
enterprise
community.
community.
So it was founded in 1993.
93.
The main
Main
branches
branches of
is in North Carolina and with other offices in the worldwide. So actually right now Red Hat supports 1 million plus projects. Remember, but all projects are almost open source products to the enterprise community, software products to the enterprise community. But here the main point, why Red Hat Linux operating system? Red Hat operating system is the world leading provider of open source enterprise IT solutions. Open source enterprise IT solutions. So Red Hat powers the what applications that run your business across hybrid cloud deployments. So right now, Red Hat server supports hybrid cloud deployments. In the cloud computing, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is the what modern IT infrastructure trend. I mean, it is a combination of public and private cloud. So people, for flexibility reason, almost they are using the what hybrid cloud deployments only. But this is the main point. What about subscription of the Red Hat servers? So you are paying for expertise, commitment, assistance, and engagement. So not the software license. I mean, who is looking for subscriptions? I mean, the subscription charges are maybe 3,000 or 4,000. So almost real-time servers are the what subscription servers only. I mean, companies are the what subscribed with Red Hat. So when the person subscribed with what Red Hat vendor, then people are getting the what, like it is called what assistance, engagement, commitment, and expertise. But you are not paying for the what software licenses. You are not paying for the software license. You are paying for expertise. You are paying for commitments. You are paying for the what assistance. You are paying for the certificates. You are paying for the engagement. You are paying for the what videos and trainings. These kind of things, but you are not paying for the what software licenses. That is the reason. So IT companies mostly going to what buying the what licenses. I mean subscriptions only. But we are not paying for the what software licenses. So please note this point. And now Red Hat popularity. So Red Hat right now supports 1 million plus projects, especially banking sectors are very banking people are very satisfied with Red Hat products, and airlines people also satisfied with what Red Hat products. So nowadays telecoms, so like telecoms means what? Almost all people are running with what 5G networks. Guys, the 5G completely depending on cloud computing and Linux servers only. So there is no 5G network without Linux server. Even my world students has been placed on even Geo 5G and Airtel 5G network as a system administrator roles of Linux administration pods. So applications, deployments, all are almost running on the what backend Linux servers only. The 5G network completely depending on the what Linux with cloud computing. Even healthcare hospitals also, the backend servers are the what Linux servers only. Okay, so even in the cancer treatment, even not only one area, in every area, so deployment reason, application maintenance purpose, especially security reason, people to maintain the what Linux server. That's why nowadays Linux is a common thing for everyone. Even you are the developer or engineer or tester or engineer or anything. So Linux and scripting, these two are the what mandatory for nowadays every IT profession. And in the last point, certified in the cloud computing. So Linux certified with what multiple cloud providers. I mean, so no need to download the what your softwares directly from the website of Red Hat only. So Alibaba Cloud offers the what the same Red Hat server. AWS also offers the what Red Hat server. Google Cloud also offers the what same Red Hat server. Microsoft Azure also offers the what same Red Hat server. IBM Cloud also offers the what same Red Hat server. Every cloud is unique. That means you need to flexible the what OS. Run your workloads on your certified cloud and service provider with support from the Red Hat operating system. I mean what I'm saying. For example, you are looking for the what iPhone mobile. Okay, so iPhone mobile. Is it mandatory to buying the what iPhone mobile in the iPhone store only?
No.
No. So the same iPhone is available in Amazon. The same iPhone is available in the Flipkart. The same iPhone is available even in the what Bajaj. The same iPhone is available in the Chroma. So I mean iPhone people are tie up with what multiple companies, multiple providers. Same way, Red Hat also tie up with what multiple cloud providers. So the customer any cloud, I mean choose the what any cloud, you can grab the what my Red Hat product. Okay, so now here is the what another important point. Any cloud and any workload, only one OS. So what is that? Which is called what? Red Hat operating system. So nowadays, so IT companies, everything running on the what? Multiple workloads, even database workloads, application workloads, and storage workloads, and Java workload, .NET workload, even multiple workloads every day in the environment. But what I'm saying here, you can choose any kind of workload, you can choose any kind of deployment. So we have to think at the time only one OS, which is called what? Red Hat, because it is an intelligent operating system especially designed for hybrid cloud deployments. So any customer just think about Red Hat servers only, because it is an intelligent OS, and especially it will support any cloud deployments and any kind of workloads. Okay, remember these points. So that is the reason nowadays customers are running multiple applications on the Linux servers only. So that's why Linux is mandatory for everyone. So these are the what? The top advantages. What about Linux operating system? Why Linux playing very good roles in the IT industry? Okay, Linux playing very good environment actually. So now in the IT industry, even the developer level or tester level or engineer level, so every day we will use the what? Linux operating system. That's what I'm saying. Every student or every employee must be familiar with the Linux operating system. So if you stay with me at least 3 weeks, definitely you will brush up your knowledge within 3 weeks. I mean, you will definitely familiar with what Linux commands and command line interfaces, how to managing the files, how to monitoring your servers, and everything you will get it. Even how to make a scripts and how to execute a script, and troubleshooting also we will do it. And finally, my last point about Linux. See guys, when the OS is stable, then only workloads are well. When the OS is stable, then only workloads are well. So your thinking is we need to run multiple applications in the company. You're thinking to run multiple applications in your company. Sir, I want to run database application. I want to run the what? My Java application. I want to run the one Docker application. You are thinking very good, but before thinking we need to idea about, okay, which OS is the best to managing these workloads. Okay, you are looking for the what? Good mobile, but with Android is not working perfectly. What is the benefit? I mean, why need to install your application? That's what I'm saying. When the OS is stable, then the application workloads are very well. So even applications are not running well, the problem is first we can troubleshoot on the what? OS level only. When the OS is stable, then only your workloads are perfect. That is my point finally. So today onwards, we will, I mean, we will learn the what? The complete workload related scenarios on top of the Linux operating system. So don't miss the lectures every day. So these 3 weeks I will explain more and more things. And one more important update. So who want to buying the what? Videos, and who want to access the what? The pattern and everything. So guys, in the chat box the link is available. So please go ahead with what? Your one video is there about your free classes and about your paid classes subscriptions and everything. So in the chat box link is there. So just go with it. So I think you got a good clarity about Linux operating system. What is the priority of the Linux in the industries? Guys, is it clear or not?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good, guys. Only one thing we need to understand is, in IT industry, maintaining systems and maintaining application workloads get more complex. Get more complex. The meaning is everyone having the laptop. So on the laptop, managing workloads means like watching movie, listening music, or maybe painting works, and maybe doing the what? Modifying the resume. These kind of workloads managing is very easy. But in the IT industries, the engineers are developers. So we need to maintain the what? IT systems, and again to maintain the what? Workloads on the what? Computers get more complex, no doubt. So the underlying architecture and operating system must be reliable, scalable, and performance driven. So when the OS is stable and the OS is scalable, then your workloads are perfect. So Linux is the what? Stable foundation for all your IT workloads and deployments. This is my point. So Linux is the what? Stable foundation for all IT workloads and deployments. So compared to other operating system, why Linux is better means these are the great reasons why IT companies, airlines, satellites looking for the what Linux operating system. Okay, so I think you got a good clarity about Linux operating system. So tomorrow I will explain the what architectures and the file systems, and then day after tomorrow we will start the what practicals. So before going to practicals, everyone need to understand about the what architectures and theoretical part. So now definitely you will get a good clarity about Linux operating system. So even you will guide you to other people. So this is the Linux, this is the main role in the IT industries. Okay, definitely after 3 weeks you will explain to your friends also. Right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you on tomorrow.
Do you have some questions, sir?
Yes.